Jesus heals with authority, and he delegates his disciples with the power to heal and to teach. Pope Francis, as he traveled down the Market Street in 2015, during his visit to Philadelphia, kissed Gianna, a 1-year-old child, on the head. The Holy Father didn't realize the child had a debilitating brain tumor. The story made headlines, and the tumor eventually disappeared. The NBC News channel called it the kiss of life. The parents, Joy Antonio and his wife Kristen, said, "We believe it was definitely a divine moment." Gianna had a brain tumor and had undergone 8 surgeries and numerous chemotherapy treatments at Philadelphia Children's Hospital in her 15 months of life. Doctors had told the family that she would likely not survive and advised her parents to enjoy the final months they had with their baby daughter. Due to her condition, Antonio initially resisted even going to the rally. Gianna's immune system had been so weakened by the treatment, but eventually they attended the event, and one of the Swiss guards lifted Gianna to Pope Francis for the miraculous kiss of life. Later in 2018, the New York Times reported that Gianna Antonio, who was kissed by Pope Francis while battling with brain tumor, is now gearing up for preschool. She was totally healed. Jesus heals with authority, and he delegates his disciples also with the power to heal. In the Gospel according to St. Mark chapter 1, verses 21 to 28, Mark describes one sample Sabbath day of Jesus' public life. Jesus joins in public worship in the synagogue as a practicing Jew, heals the sick, drives out evil spirits, and prays privately. People immediately notice that Jesus teaches with authority and heals with divine power. Jesus explains the scriptures with complete confidence, and when questioned by the people, he answers with authority. Jesus is using his real, authentic, divine authority to teach. He uses his authority to empower, to liberate, and to heal others. The evil spirit recognizes and loudly declares Jesus as the Messiah. By his simple, harsh command, "Be quiet, come out of him," Jesus exorcises the demon, who departs. We read in the Gospel according to St. Mark chapter 1, verse 27, "What is this, a new teaching with authority? He commands even the unclean spirits, and they obey him." Jesus is our healer. He heals our sicknesses and our bondages. God raises up his prophets to speak and work in his name. In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 15 onwards, Moses said to the people, "The Lord God will raise up for you a prophet like me from among you, from your brothers. It is to him you shall listen." We see here that a true prophet like Moses speaks with authority because it is God who speaks through him. After the Babylonian exile, the Jewish priests began to interpret the words of Moses, namely, "a prophet like me," as referring to one individual, the expected Messiah. The passage refers to Jesus, the Messiah, the preacher with authority, as mentioned in the Gospel. The psalmist also speaks of not hardening our hearts when we hear God's authoritative voice through the scriptures and through the church's teaching authority. The first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 32 to 35, St. Paul exercises his God-given authority as the apostle to the Gentiles to teach people in Corinth that marriage is a holy state ordained by God and that it is a lifelong partnership. According to the teaching of the Lord, he opts for and recommends celibacy so that one may serve the Lord without the distractions of married life. The message for us today is that first of all, Jesus teaches with authority. Teachers are powerful because they change and mold lives. Hence, let us become good teachers like Jesus and use our authority to mold young lives in the right way. Secondly, Jesus did not use his authority and divine power to rule and control people, but to set them free. Hence, let us approach Jesus with trusting faith so that he may heal us and free us from the evil spirits. Jesus frees us from all the evil spirits of fear, jealousy, anger, envy, addictions, compulsions, selfishness, resentment, and hostility. May God free us from all those spirits which make us deaf, dumb, blind, lame, and paralyzed, physically and spiritually. Jesus often healed out of compassion for those who were suffering. He did not heal to gain popularity or to prove a point, but because he genuinely cared for the well-being of those around him. This compassion is a reflection of God's love for us. And it is through Jesus' healing that we get a glimpse of this immense love. While the miracles of physical healing are certainly astounding, perhaps even more remarkable is Jesus' power to heal our spiritual infirmities. Sin has left us spiritually sick and in need of healing. And it is through Jesus that we receive this healing. Through his death and resurrection, Jesus has provided a way for us to be reconciled with God, healing our spiritual sickness and restoring us to spiritual health. Even today, Jesus continues to heal those who come to him in faith. Whether it is physical healing or spiritual healing, Jesus is still in the business of transforming lives and restoring wholeness. His power to heal is not confined to the pages of the Bible, but is a present reality for all who believe in him. Let us proclaim with the psalmist, "Oh, that today you will listen to his voice, harden not your hearts."